Thanks. Well, fall in New England is a time for apple cider, pumpkin picking, and ghost stories.
And that's what we have for you tonight on this Halloween, a ghost story. ABC 40's Chris Pisano introduces us to a group that specializes in tracking down the supernatural. Chris, very excited.
I hope you brought your security blankets, because this is a ghost, kind of a ghost story. There you go. Well, autumn is my favorite season, when things that go bump in the night take on a very spooky and very real aspect. Now, as you mentioned, I have something of a ghost story for you tonight, and let me be right up front. I started this assignment absolutely not believing in ghosts, but now, well, now I'm not so sure.
Be interesting. I'm real curious to see.
It's late October, and people are packed into the East Forest Park Branch Library for this. Rob Goff's presentation, Ghostology 101.
It's a general study of the paranormal. We're not going to get too deep into any one particular subject area. We're going to cover a broad range of things.
And Goff would know a broad range of things about ghosts. He's the founder of Agawam Paranormal, a group that hunts haunts.
We're into our 7th year of doing investigations. We've been on over 150 investigations to date.
Like this investigation they took us on last year at the old Firehouse Museum in South Hadley. In fact, you might recall the haunted bride mannequin said to drop her glove in the dead of night, and she did, right there on camera. But even Goff will tell you not to jump to conclusions. They approach every investigation as scientifically as possible.
We're looking to set up our cameras, our meters, our gizmos and gadgets. I'm looking to get something that I can put in front of the client as evidence for what's supporting what they've experienced.
You said you yourself are a skeptic.
Very much so. Very much so. I use the term Casper bandwagon. I'm not going to stand here and say to anybody that we have definitive proof. There is no such thing.
A startling admission for the founder of a group dedicated to finding ghosts. But as Goff explains, Agawam Paranormal takes no money for its investigations, charges no fees, and accepts no donations. They do it, well, because they love it, and because, like many of us, they want to know if ghosts truly exist, and to prove it either way.
If you're having suspected paranormal activity, especially in your home, there's a good chance that any bump in the night, no matter what it is or what it's caused by, is going to be heaped onto that Casper bandwagon. So you may only have this much activity going on, but to you, it's this much. And all this other stuff might be your ice maker, your heat system, or something like that going on. And that's what we try to rule out. Perfect.
Now, Agawam Paranormal uses, as you saw, a startling array of high-tech gadgetry on their ghost hunts, but Goff says the best piece of equipment is simply an open mind, which is exactly what I tried to keep as I went along with them earlier this month on an overnight and early morning ghost hunt. And what we captured on video, Dave, Lindsay, I can't explain it.
Well, the stories that came back, the next morning were the Rays of Hope, and Brittany was so
Brittany was with us, Kai was with us. They were they're a little younger, so they had a little more energy. I was excited,
They're not
too.
cynical like us.
That's right. Been there, done that. But speaking to that cynicism, I was going into this, but after what we discovered, I really can't explain the things we captured on video. We're going to show that to you later tonight on 11 at 11.
No fakery, no trickery.
Not as far as on my part, and I can vouch for the people in Agawam Paranormal. We're going to show you an unedited portion of video, so we haven't edited it, and what you see is exactly how it happened. I'll have a little more for you coming up at 6, but again, the big piece, 11 and 11.
Well, with the days getting shorter and shorter, this is the time of year that things go bump in the night. They take on a more sinister aspect.
And tonight, on the eve of Halloween, many people enjoy a good scare, so get ready as ABC 40's Chris Pisano takes us on a little ghost hunt.
You put a lot of pressure on me to come up with a big scare here. But it really was something. I'm going to show it to you as well. If you'd asked me at the beginning of this assignment whether I truly believed in ghosts, I would have told you point blank, not at all. But that was before I was invited to join Agawam Paranormal for an investigation in Wilbraham. And it was unforgettable. It's a Saturday night, late, and members of Agawam Paranormal are going over their plans.
We are going to be running tonight with 2 teams.
They've gathered in Rob Goff's kitchen. He's the founder of this ghost hunting group and generally spearheads each investigation. With boxes of cameras and cables and all manner of equipment loaded, we head to our destination, the Taproom Grill in Wilbraham. We arrive at midnight before some of the patrons have even left, and the process begins in reverse. Everything unpacked and set up.
The clients ask for just simply validation of their experiences, so that becomes my goal. We use a high definition infrared, which is the night vision, static camera setup. This is 8 cameras that are hooked up to a DVR, and they'll be set up throughout the building, downstairs in the basement, on this floor, the main floor, upstairs as well.
The building dates from the late 1800s and served as a residence, an American Legion, and since 2012, the Taproom Grill in Wilbraham. And with ongoing renovations, it seems alcohol isn't the only spirit this bar is now familiar with.
I heard footsteps coming up behind me. I thought it was one of the owners.
John Savoy was here one evening painting the ceiling, alone.
So I looked back, there's nobody there. I dropped that pole real fast.
Well, we've had different situations where if you're on one side of the bar, no one's on the other side of the bar, you'll have hanging glasses, maybe a martini glass will just randomly fall onto the ground, and everyone at the bar is looking at each other. What just happened?
But it's not what's happening here on the main floor that's causing the most concern. No, it's what's going on below.
I know some people, they're afraid to go into the basement.
So naturally, that's where we decide to go. And what we found
But can you turn on that flashlight?
was unbelievable.
Make the light come on. Thank you.
Yeah, and there was plenty more where that came from. Now, we spent about an hour in that basement. We took some readings and, as you saw, used a flashlight for a question and answer session. Now, what was answering? I don't have that answer, but it certainly was very disturbing and an exciting thing to watch. And we'll show you more coming up tonight on 11 and 11. We'll go for the full ghost hunt.
You came
Right.
in not knowing what to expect.
No, you never do. We did this last year as well.
Yeah.
And they turn off all the lights, use infrared cameras. So the cameras can pick up everything, but the human eye, you can't.
Yeah.
They look later at the video to see if they found anything. But with the flashlight experiment, that's something you can see in real time. And it seemed as if we were getting answers to our questions. There was a question and response, question and response.
And the video shows that ghost looking over your shoulder.
And me running up the stairs screaming.
Well, we'll see that tonight.
Yes,
Looking
you
forward
will.
to it.
All
All
right,
right.
thanks, guys.
Thank you, Chris.
On this cold Halloween Eve, we're taking you ghost hunting with a group called Agawam Paranormal. Now, whether you believe in ghosts or not, I can tell you what you are about to see was real. There was no sleight of hand involved, no camera trickery. It was, in a word, unnerving.
So basically what it is,
It's 3 a.m. and Agawam Paranormal has the Taproom Grill in Wilbraham rigged top to bottom with infrared cameras and recording devices. We're ghost hunting after all, but before we do, we pray for protection and to make sure anything we pick up tonight at this bar doesn't come home with us.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
There are two teams, one going to investigate the vacant apartment upstairs, and the other, my team, going into the basement.
So we've set up all the equipment, we've done our circle of protection, and now it's time to ghost hunt.
We head down the cramped stairs carefully, mindful the building is more than a century old, and it's here, in this dark stone cellar, that some employees say spirits lurk, other than the cases of alcohol. Now, we're holding K2 meters used to detect spikes in electromagnetic energy, possibly from the other side. But in truth, there are electric wires all around, causing interference.
No, I'm up to a 3, but it's just one wire.
So we try for something else, setting up a flashlight just barely turned off. We may not be able to get reliable electric readings, we may not be able to hear a spectral voice, but perhaps we can see a response.
When we ask you questions, there's going to be a bunch of us asking, yup, can you make the light, you're okay with that? Is that why you're making the light go on? You're happy with us being here? Okay. So we're going to ask you some questions. If it's a yes, if you would, make the light come on. And if it's a no, we'll keep it dark, I guess. Okay, can you shut the light off for us now? Thank you.
The team psychic determines the spirit is female. Now, what you're about to watch is unedited, the flashlight unaltered, the experience unreal.
can I ask the next question?
Yeah, what are you picking up on now?
I think it's the woman.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Oh.
Yes, it's the woman. It's the woman. So you are a woman. Turn the light off, please, so I can ask you another question. Can you turn it off, please?
Good, you can turn off the light. We're not going anywhere yet.
Yeah.
We're going to be here with you for a little while. Thank you.
Are you the woman that I picked up when Rob and I came here the other day? The woman who has her children here with her? If you are, turn the light on, please.
Are you here with your kids? 2 children? Okay. Are there children here with you? Maybe not yours. Ah. Thank you. Okay. You shut the light back off again so we can ask you some more? You're doing great. Thank you. I mean, we're not trying to make you do tricks or anything. Does it make you happy that somebody's finally able to talk to you, or that you're able to talk to them? I mean, rather than kind of being almost ignored? Does that make you happy that you can finally talk? Oh, okay.
Are you happy that we're here right now?
And this back and forth goes on for 10 full minutes. Is it proof of ghosts? Well, I really can't say, but certainly a great way to spend a dark October night.
So maybe we can talk with
And
you
it got a
some
little
more?
freaky there. Now, you may have noticed there were other pieces of equipment that were lying near the flashlight. One was a voice recorder. We didn't pick up anything on that. But if you'd like to see the entire flashlight episode, again, it's about 10 minutes. We have the whole thing up on our website, unedited, wggb.com.